Have you ever tried to break a bad habit, only to find yourself falling back into old patterns despite your best intentions? It can feel incredibly frustrating, like you are constantly battling yourself. What if there was a way to make those unwanted actions just a little bit harder to do, almost like putting a small roadblock in their path? You will know if habit friction is working when you notice a clear decrease in the frequency or intensity of your unwanted habit, coupled with a reduced internal urge to perform that habit. It is about making the undesirable action inconvenient enough that your brain naturally seeks an easier, more positive alternative. The science behind habit friction is rooted in our brain's natural tendency towards efficiency and least resistance. Our brains are wired to conserve energy, so if a particular action requires more effort or steps, it becomes less appealing. By deliberately adding obstacles, whether physical or mental, you are making the bad habit less automatic and forcing your brain to actively choose to engage with it. This conscious choice is where you gain control. It is like rerouting a stream. You are not stopping the water, but you are guiding it to a new path of least resistance, ideally towards a more beneficial habit. To effectively gauge if your friction strategy is working, start by consistently tracking your unwanted habit for a few days before implementing friction. This gives you a baseline. Then, after introducing friction, continue tracking and observe for 3 key indicators. First, look for a reduction in how often the habit occurs. For example, if you aim to stop mindlessly scrolling social media, a working friction would mean fewer times you pick up your phone. Second, pay attention to the delay between the urge and the action. If you feel the urge but hesitate, or consciously decide against it, that is friction working. Third, notice if you start replacing the old habit with a new, more positive one. This is called a replacement habit, and it is a powerful sign that your friction has created an opening for better behaviors. For example, instead of immediately grabbing a snack, you might now reach for a glass of water. An interesting concept related to this is the 2-minute rule from James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. While often applied to starting good habits, its inverse can highlight friction. If a bad habit takes more than 2 minutes of effort to start, you are much less likely to do it. Think of it as creating a 2-minute barrier for your unwanted actions. This principle leverages cognitive load, meaning the mental effort required. When you increase the cognitive load associated with a bad habit, even slightly, you deplete your willpower for that specific action, making it easier to opt out. Another insider tip is to stack friction. Do not just put your phone in another room, also put it on silent and put it under a book. Multiple layers of friction are often more effective than a single, easily overcome barrier. Ultimately, recognizing whether habit friction is effective comes down to a blend of objective observation and subjective feeling. When your unwanted habits become less frequent, less automatic, and are gradually replaced by more positive alternatives, you are successfully leveraging friction to reshape your daily actions. By understanding this process, you are not just breaking bad habits. You are actively redesigning your environment and thought patterns to effortlessly support the life you truly want to live, building a future where your healthy choices are the easy choices.